Young Sheldon gets a new villain, and they impact Big Bang Theory. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. A new antagonist that secretly affects Sheldon's life in the Big Bang Theory was introduced in Young Sheldon Season 6. Since the CBS show is a family comedy, there isn't exactly a clear antagonist in the plot. Rather, its episodic narrative tends to concentrate on the experiences of Sheldon and his family. However, Mary's behavior changed once she was sacked by Pastor Jeff, and she began to remove herself from the congregation, which showed that the church had been acting as the Coopers' main enemy. Unfortunately, despite their ability to distance themselves from the group, Young Sheldon Season 6 has seen the emergence of a new antagonist. Young Sheldon Season 6 is also addressing a narrative distinct from all the Cooper family drama with Sheldon's school adventures, amid the potential continued affair between George and Brenda, and the impending birth of Georgie and Mandy's child. Building his grant database project has been the child genius's main focus. Unfortunately, despite the project's potential for financial gain, Sheldon has encountered some issues, one of which reveals the Big Bang Theory prequel's new opponent. See also, Young Sheldon exposes Mary's Big Bang Theory fallacies. Since East Texas Tech's demands began to threaten the project, Sheldon has been trying to launch his grant database without the school's assistance. Despite his choice, President Hagemeyer and Dr. Linkletter continue to disparage the boy genius in an attempt to profit from the concept, demonstrating their cunning, especially given they are using a child. This demonstrates how East Texas Tech, the new antagonist of Young Sheldon Season 6, irritates the main character of the CBS comedy. The fact that their actions will affect Sheldon's future just makes this worse. Sheldon is not the only person impacted by East Texas Tech's activities. His entire family has been impacted, which is why it was such a pivotal moment in his life. It doesn't appear like East Texas Tech was deterred by the fact that George and Mary participated in the early conversations over the issue. In fact, they have become so blatant in their efforts to undermine Sheldon and Dr. Sturgis that the school might have easily coerced the brilliant youngster into complying with their wishes by now if he hadn't found a sponsor. Maybe the Coopers should go back to East Texas Tech and insist that they stop attacking their kid. Sheldon may have avoided discussing his undergraduate years on the Big Bang Theory because of his time at East Texas Tech. But more than that, it might also explain why he was so reserved and skeptical in the show that was centered around nerds. Both Dr. Linkletter and President Hagemeyer are expected to support and mentor him during his academic career, but they appear to have no qualms about taking advantage of him. It's disgusting to watch how bold they both are to openly take advantage of Sheldon in this way. Sheldon's insistence on drafting agreements, such as the roommate agreement and relationship agreement in the Big Bang Theory, is probably due to the circumstances surrounding the grant database project. As Young Sheldon Season 6 demonstrates, the contracts were his attempt to shield himself from anyone who would try to take advantage of or manipulate him in the same way that East Texas Tech did in the past. Knowing the history of this specific Sheldon eccentricity helps to explain why he acts irrationally with his own pals. Related, the best of Young Sheldon George's death fix involves time travel. Even though Young Sheldon is abandoning TBD, the geek-focused sitcom has disclosed a few significant information that could provide insight into Sheldon's grant database project's future. He'll remain at EA as well despite his difficult relationship with Texas Tech's leadership at the moment. It seems doubtful that Sheldon would transfer to a new academic institution at this time because, according to the Big Bang Theory, he completed his undergraduate studies at the age of 14. The fact that Sheldon was secretly wealthy in Pasadena may indicate that the grant database effort was successful in some way, and that he made some money as a result. Young Sheldon gets a new villain, and they impact Big Bang Theory in a way you won't believe. Fans of young Sheldon have been in for some serious surprises this season, but nothing could prepare them for the shocking twist that just unfolded. In an unprecedented turn of events, young Sheldon introduces a brand new villain. And this character isn't just a minor inconvenience in Sheldon's life. They could change the entire Big Bang Theory universe in ways no one expected. If you thought you knew where the show was headed, think again, because this villain's impact will leave you questioning everything. Hold onto your hats, because this new character is about to turn Sheldon's world upside down, and the repercussions will be felt in the world of the Big Bang Theory too. Get ready for one of the most thrilling storylines ever, because young Sheldon has just upped the ante, and this villain is a game changer. The unthinkable has happened. Young Sheldon has a villain. For years, fans have watched Sheldon Cooper struggle with the everyday challenges of being a child genius, navigating his complex relationships with family and friends. While Sheldon's world has mostly been about quirky adventures and intellectual pursuits, Season 6 is taking a dark turn. The young Sheldon universe, which was once focused primarily on Sheldon's childhood and family dynamics, is now introducing a new force of evil that will complicate everything. This new character, who is quickly becoming a central figure in the storyline, is unlike any antagonist young Sheldon has seen before. They are smart, calculating, and incredibly manipulative. But here's the twist. This villain isn't just here to make Sheldon's life difficult. They could ultimately reshape his entire trajectory and impact his journey in the Big Bang Theory in ways we never imagined. Who is this mysterious villain? The shocking identity will leave you speechless. So, who is this new villain, and what makes them such a big deal? It's not just some random character who will cause a little mischief. This villain has a deep connection to Sheldon's past that will send shockwaves throughout the Big Bang Theory timeline. The new antagonist is none other than Tommy Adams, a brilliant yet manipulative student who joined Sheldon's school. Tommy doesn't just challenge Sheldon intellectually. He challenges everything Sheldon believes about the world. He's a charismatic, devious, and ambitious individual who recognizes Sheldon's genius and decides to manipulate it for his own purposes. But it's not just about academic competition. Tommy's motivations run far deeper. He has a personal vendetta against Sheldon, one that will have serious consequences for Sheldon's future. As Tommy inserts himself into Sheldon's life, he begins to sow the seeds of doubt, confusion, and rivalry. And as you'll soon see, Tommy isn't afraid to use any means necessary to get ahead. Whether that's manipulating Sheldon's friends, sowing discord between Sheldon and his family, or even creating situations that put Sheldon in a moral and intellectual quandary. This villain doesn't just want to win. He wants to destroy Sheldon's sense of self and make him question everything he's ever believed about himself. The villain that will reshape Sheldon's storyline and Big Bang Theory. So, why should fans of the Big Bang Theory care about this new villain? Here's where things get truly mind-blowing. Tommy Adams doesn't just impact Sheldon in the prequel timeline. His actions will have lasting effects that ripple all the way to the Big Bang Theory timeline. As Sheldon's early years are drastically altered by Tommy's influence, it becomes clear that this villain could be the catalyst for a massive shift in Sheldon's development as a character. In the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon is known for his eccentricities, his intellectual superiority, and his often cold, logical outlook on life. But what if the events in young Sheldon, including the manipulation and rivalry introduced by Tommy, shape Sheldon in a way that alters his trajectory in the original series? What if Tommy's actions push Sheldon to become the person we see in the Big Bang Theory? Could it be that Tommy's constant undermining of Sheldon's confidence is the reason Sheldon grows up to be so guarded, mistrustful, and closed off? Could Tommy's influence explain some of Sheldon's more socially awkward and defensive traits that we see later in his adult life? This new villain has the potential to change the course of Sheldon's entire personality and his relationships in The Big Bang Theory. The possibilities are endless, and this could very well be the key to understanding why Sheldon is the way he is in his adult years. Tommy's impact on Sheldon's family and friends. But it's not just Sheldon who is affected by Tommy Adams. As the villain manipulates his way through Sheldon's life, he begins to influence those closest to Sheldon, especially his family. Mary, Sheldon's mother, has always been fiercely protective of her son, but Tommy's ability to deceive and control will put a serious strain on Sheldon's relationship with her. Will Mary be able to see through Tommy's schemes, or will she unknowingly make decisions that push Sheldon further into Tommy's clutches? Meanwhile, Sheldon's brother, Georgie, and his twin sister, Missy, will find themselves caught in the middle of the growing conflict. As Tommy stirs up trouble, the Cooper family will be forced to take sides, and their bond will be tested in ways they never saw coming. And then there's Amy, who hasn't even entered Sheldon's life yet in young Sheldon, but could be affected by the changes set in motion by Tommy's arrival. If Tommy's actions are as destructive as they seem, Amy might never have the chance to meet Sheldon, or at least not the Sheldon we know from The Big Bang Theory. The very foundation of Sheldon's relationships could be drastically altered by Tommy's villainous influence, and fans are left wondering, how will this impact Sheldon's future love life, friendships, and career? A new era of young Sheldon, and it's all about the villain. The introduction of Tommy Adams marks the beginning of a new, darker era for young Sheldon. The stakes have never been higher, and Sheldon's life has never been more complicated. Tommy is the kind of antagonist who plays the long game, and his effects will be felt far beyond his time on the show. Fans of The Big Bang Theory are already speculating about how Tommy's actions could explain the behaviors and attitudes of adult Sheldon. Will Sheldon eventually get the better of Tommy, or will this villain continue to haunt him for years to come? This is the moment that changes everything. Young Sheldon is no longer just a lighthearted sitcom about Sheldon's childhood. It's becoming a story about survival, manipulation, and the cost of genius. And if you thought the twists couldn't get any crazier, think again. Tommy Adams is about to make young Sheldon a whole lot darker and a whole lot more important to the Big Bang Theory universe. Fans react. The internet is blowing up over Tommy's impact. Since Tommy Adams' introduction, social media has been on fire. Fans can't stop talking about the implications of his villainous role in Sheldon's life. Some are praising the writers for bringing in such a complex, layered character, while others are speculating wildly about what this means for Sheldon's future. The internet is buzzing with theories about how Tommy will change Sheldon forever, and fans are desperate to know what happens next. What's next for Sheldon? Tune in to find out. If you haven't been keeping up with young Sheldon this season, now is the time to start watching. With Tommy Adams shaking things up, the show is about to get even more intense. Get ready for a season of shocking revelations, family drama, and a villain who could change everything. Don't miss out. This is the game changer you've been waiting for. You all believe how Tommy Adams is about to alter Sheldon's future. Tune in to Young Sheldon and see the villain who could rewrite everything you thought you knew about the Big Bang Theory universe. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.